Hi guys, my name is Aditya and I welcome you all to your Quasant Human channel. So in this video we will understand what is generative AI. So prior to understanding what is generative AI, let us understand what is artificial intelligence. Well, artificial intelligence, it means anything that can be automated to behave like a human. You would have seen chatbots in different websites. They are not so sophisticated, but they can give you simple answers: yes, no, option A, B, C. So those are known as chatbots, and they are just an example of artificial intelligence. They are not so sophisticated. But when you talk about generative AI, you see this term generative preceding AI. So when you talk about generative AI, it means it is a type of AI model. It is not just able to give you responses, but prior to giving responses, it is able to think, analyze the situation. It also does sentiment analysis, and then it gives you response. So the best example of generative AI I can say is ChatGPT and Google Bard. These are unbeatable text-based generative AI models. So generative AI is not just limited to text-based models like ChatGPT or Google Bard. When you talk about generative AI, it means it is able to give you text to text response, text to music or audio responses, text to video, text to images. You would have seen recently Adobe launched its AI tool, and you just have to upload an image, give it a command or prompt, and it will generate an image accordingly. So that is an example of generative AI. You would have seen certain tools where you just have to write a script and it generates a video accordingly. So that is also an example of generative AI. But here, so as to keep the video concise, we will be understanding how to utilize these two tools, ChatGPT and Google Bard, because both of these tools have their own strength and weakness. And like ChatGPT is quite, a kind of tool that thinks a lot. That is quite innovative. However, when it comes to Google Bard, it is kind of to the point. When you need to the point information, when you don't want something to be creative, you just use Google Bard. So let us understand these tools strengths and weaknesses accordingly. Let's hop in and so let's go to ChatGPT via openai.com. So as soon as I open its website, you can see its layout, and you have to create a login if you don't have it. And it basically provides three services, that is ChatGPT, then DALE, then API. ChatGPT is just a text-based AI model, whereas DALE is an text to image generator, and API it's used for integration with different softwares. So let's make a schedule, a simple schedule, a fitness schedule. So as you can see, as I'm writing, ChatGPT will help me to create a schedule, but the kind of response it will give, it will be a generic response. It will not be so much customized as per me, but it's something that can work. So this is a limitation of all the AI models. It cannot give you highly personalized responses. So, as I mentioned, it can be challenging for anyone to get a highly customized or personalized response from ChatGPT or Google Bard, but there is a way to get it. So, see, whatever you type, whatever command that you give to ChatGPT or Google Bard, it has to be crisp and to the point, and you should also clear what you exactly want from ChatGPT or Google Bard in order to get the right response from them. Think as if you're talking to a child. You have to feed in the right information, and you also have to make sure you're giving the right amount of information. You should not overflow the information. So accordingly it will give you the right response. So let us understand with an example how to do it. So this is how you write a prompt or command. Here I have told ChatGPT to write an email for me regarding a customer who is interested in buying my bags or FIBC bags, whom I met in Interpack 2023, and stating that he's a bit concerned about how we will deliver his bags to Tanzania because it has some special requirements. So I have given it, our capabilities, like we are serving in 40 countries, and we have been delivering our products to all across the globe. So after giving all these important information and controlling the information flow, it has generated a response for me. So as you can see, this response is quite big. And the following this, I will just tell it to shorten the above, and you will see it will shorten the above email that I'll send to prospect. However, it will require some tweaking or some changes, because at last ChatGPT or Google Bard is just a machine. Human element will always be there, but it can make your work a lot easier or convenient. In case, especially if you have dearth of time, if your boss says you, Aditya, draft a mail in 5 minutes, and there is a hell lot of things to be incorporated, you can go this way. So as I said, every AI platform has its own strengths and weakness. And when it comes to Google Bard, at times you need to the point information, and for that, Google Bard is unbeatable. It is better than ChatGPT if you are not looking for innovative work or creative work. So see, I have asked a question: what is the difference between ChatGPT 3.5 versus 4? It has already given me a descriptive response, but I gave it a prompt to convert it into an Excel file or to show it into an Excel format. So it is doing it for me. However, ChatGPT won't do this. And I can even export this to Excel sheets, which is possible in Google Bard. So this is an advantage of Google Bard over ChatGPT when it comes to giving to the point information. Whereas Google Bard lacks innovative mindset. At times we have to search information on internet, maybe sometime on Google, that is different on different websites, and you find it hard to believe, like which website I should believe. As you can see, I'm searching inflation rate comparison of India versus Brazil for XYZ years. So you see different websites have come, and all these websites have kind of similar but approximately different numbers. So I, as a user, I will be baffled which website to believe and which website not to believe. So in this case, in this type of scenarios, what you can do is to search the same query or give a prompt to Google Bard, and you will see it will generate an Excel sheet straightforward for me from the most reliable source. So it makes my work easy, and I can even export it to Excel sheet and make a graph or a chart out of it and put it on my PPT and show it to the customer that why you should not buy extrusion machines and buy fabric from us. Like we are dealing in that. So this is how it helps. And this feature is currently present on Google Bard only because it is to the point. It gives you crisp information, but Google Bard does not have innovativeness or thinking ability as of ChatGPT. So you have to keep this in mind. One of the most innovative way to use ChatGPT is to use its sentiment analysis power. So what is basically a sentiment analysis? Sentiment analysis is like get knowing the review of a customer about your product and responding them accordingly so that they feel touched or engaged. So as you can see, I am on amazon.com. I will just pick up third review, and I will do a sentiment analysis. Sentiment analysis is nothing but to see what a customer is thinking. So I give it a prompt, do sentiment analysis, and I wrote what customer was thinking. So as you can see, it generated a response. Key this These are the points that are there in the mind of customer, and there are some negative things as well. So I will give it a prompt, prepare a response to be sent to customer, because I want the customer to think that we think about them. We want to make them feel that we care about them. So it prepared a response stating that we are glad that you purchased our product and so and so. And one negative thing that customer had said, we have also addressed that and said key, we will improve on to that. But that email was quite big, so I gave it a prompt to kindly shorten it, and it has done it. And we will just be tweaking it a bit and sending it to the customer, and see how customer will feel so engaged. So if you're a content writer, then the best tool for you is to use ChatGPT. Reason I'm saying, because Google Bard is quite not so effective at content writing. As you can see, I have given it a prompt and it has generated a response, but that is to the point, and it might have a lot of plagiarism in it because it is already showing up a lot of links of other websites. However, if I will give the same prompt to ChatGPT, you can see it is generating response that is descriptive, meaningful, and quite innovative. And you can also add in your prompt to write it as per SEO's perspective, so your response will be a lot good. So I tried once again to do it with Google Bard. See, Google Bard can be good, but only for short blogs. But it would be a lot easier if you would go ahead with ChatGPT in these kind of things, and not just blogs. You can write scripts, you can write, mind boggling amount of things. It just depends on your creativity.